Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Alright, another shoutcast. This is us being very brave, diving into the unknown, the abyss. This is a live auto match, 1v1.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, the good thing about doing this though is because it's live, we don't know when the game ends. Whereas, like, when we're doing a replay, we see the replay length. So it can be interesting that way.
Yeah, for sure.
But it also can be more likely than not, it'll just be like a really average game.
So darkcrow will be, here is our OKW. We're on Arnhem again.
Item checkpoint, yeah. The new colony hashtag.
Asoureh, our Soviets. Soviets is a switch up. That's cool.
Yeah, no.
Soviets? What faction this? Question mark, question mark.
At least there's no dushkas, no Lend-Lease. Lend-Lease meta is pretty obnoxious, especially on a map like this. This is a really good map for dushkas.
Yeah, great map. Awesome slot to be in. Hey, the early lock-in from darkcrow, the Argonhawk personal favorite.
Breakthrough.
Love a bit of breakthrough. I just think the Strum Officer is a cool unit. I never used it properly. I just think it's a cool unit. So.
Do you like blobbing, Blake? Is that why?
I know what you're talking about.
I just really like this unit that gives me a massive bonus to my blob.
No idea what you're talking about.
I love it when noobs use the Strum Officer and you always just focus down
Focus
officer.
the Strum Officer and then
so
like, kill him. Because they use it in the front of their army. Just the first guy running forward is the Strum Officer. It's like, hello.
They just like blob and aim move. They don't actually put him behind the other squads. Well, we have conscripts. Conscripts, not so good. Let's see if he actually goes for Molotovs. Molotovs also not very good, but garrison clearing pretty important.
It is, yeah. I mean, no, he's not going to trade very well. That's fairly up close and personal. Let's have a scroll into that, see how that fight's going. Conscript's going to bail out of the scenario. It's probably a good move. We can just run at these goals. That'll work. Might actually be the better play. I don't know why he's not taking this engagement. That's pretty free.
Yeah, there was like a 2v1 there because this squad wasn't within range.
Kind of get wanting to deny the garrison. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, look at this. But he's actually not doing it really well in synergy. Like, what is this micro? This other conscript squad isn't here. Now it's like a 2v1 on the favor of darkcrow.
Yeah, I just dropped 3 models. We're gonna 2 models and half the health.
Focus
no reason
this one.
focusing the low squad. The one out of cover.
This one, yeah, is in front of the heavy cover. This one's behind it.
No.
The conscript's getting focused down. He could lose the cons, man. This is what we get for trying to do a live game. But actually, he does win the fight still. His map presence not very good. See? This is what we saw this coming. We knew this was to be expected.
Press F to pay respects to the General's Gentlemen. Because we're dead.
If he lost the squads, I would have stopped. But since he had the squads, I'll give him another chance. I mean, he actually has forced off 2 Volk squads, but I guess neither of them actually have much territory. So.
When like literally AFKing your squads would have been better than the micro that you implemented, like that's sad. Oy. 5 squads of cons as well. It's a very con-heavy playstyle. So this is definitely a Molotov game. No reason not to go Molotovs here if you want to create some pressure. So that's nice, I suppose, but still going to come down to can you micro them. These are late retreats. Like those retreats are good when you're actually going to cost efficiently engage. Like in that scenario, you're not going to drop anything with the Vols. Like maybe you get a model, but that's not going to be worth. Cons are cheaper than your Vols, so you might as well just retreat. There's no point taking stupid engagements. And also, it means more time for you to reinforce, and it means more health drop as well before you have any healing. So yeah, not great play. Not retreat. You just should always preemptively retreat if you're in a losing situation that you just can't possibly win. So.
5 squads of conscripts. Yeah. Taking damage from his own incendiary, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Try to get the edge of the heavy cover, kind of get that, and finishes the cap, but do take damage from the incendiary. Probably the better move rather than standing in the open. Conscript 1 up, could have been in trouble. And he took a little bit of damage. Oi.
MG34 is good. You want to have the LMGs versus a lot of squads. Just a little bit harder to use HMGs rather against conscripts because they have the URA, especially on a map this open.
Especially 5 conscript squads. There should never get in a situation where you don't have a flanking squad ready to URA. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, well played there by asoureh. Going to have the MG forced off. Volks can't quite defend it as they're zoned away by this big negative cover.
So the retreat comes through. You don't actually want to stop the conscripts there. You're at risk of the MG turning and refacing, and you have to just run too far to try and get in a better position. You should pretty much just run on top of the MG almost every time. Let's get a little bit closer to it. Cons and garrisons are nice until we see Infantry's out from darkcrow. There we go.
Hasn't had his munitions connected, so he can't throw all these incendiaries. Or at least if he does, it will delay his SCGs by a lot, which makes a big difference versus the Volks. And already having the battle group unlocked with the medics will give him the healing, which so does asoureh also has.
Yeah, those medics. Really important with this early con play style. You are going to drop health, and you don't want to be dropping models. Minimal manpower bleed is the way to play with a lot of early infantry. Just minimal manpower bleed. The upkeep gets quite high if you're investing a lot of early conscript squads, and bleed from 5 squads at once is hard to keep up with.
I love these two buildings because they can't fight each other.
Yeah.
Just the coexisting buildings. Unless they try and stick their rifle out and shoot the other one.
Or kind of like get their helmet right and then just smash it out with a hammer, turn it into a frisbee, Molotov on top of the frisbee, just tape it on, and then just whoop, back inside the window. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I don't know if these Soviet conscripts are able to make boomerangs. Not quite ingrained into their culture. Okay, this is a flank here with another squad of cons. Could be a wipe.
You know how much I love rotations machines. So conscript rotations are a lot of fun.
Oh, 82mm mortar. Not often you see one of those.
It's a rarity. Do we have Molotovs? Is that why? Because we don't have Molotovs? Yeah, we don't have Molotovs. It's weird.
He also has a flamer, so I doubt we'll see them now at this stage.
No, yeah. It's unnecessary. I mean, five conscripts you generally want it, but when you go for the flamer and a mortar, it's pretty clear that asoureh just doesn't want to spend the fuel. Fair enough.
Okay, darkcrow's gone for his mechanized after his battle group, so it will be a very late Panzer II. And there's actually the option for the PTRS with the 5 conscript squads, which would be a strong counter to anything out of that mechanized, aside from the Stuka.
The command hub truck has been converted into the headquarters building.
I think it's starting to get work done. A lot of merges available here as well. It's going to be nice when you're playing with conscripts. Merges on the flamer squad are very important. Keep it on the field for as long as possible. Much more important to the combat than a single squad of conscripts.
There's been a lot of negative cover for both of our players, suffering a lot of damage. Yeah, in the chat, people are pointing out that the curved barrel SGG was actually a real thing.
Yeah, I've seen something on that. I have seen the curved barrel SGG, so...
I doubt it was ever actually used in combat, but it was just something they developed and tested. Looks grossly impractical, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because it's you wouldn't know where you're shooting at.
Fire a couple of bullets and then they broke, yeah.
And also, wouldn't it travel quite slowly? Because it's it would slow down when it's curved around.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be able to get much of a curve going. Could you get 90 degrees on one of those things? That'd be pretty intense if you could. Firing around corners. Might as well just reach around the corner and just throw bullets at people, so...
Wow, HMG in this church, cutting off the munitions on the left.
That's nasty. See, that was always the danger, I suppose, with the HMG, and that's why you need to keep control over the center of the map. Because losing that church as the south player is pretty brutal. Especially when you've lost the cutoff. That's just not a good position to be in. I mean, the cons will eventually be able to outflank this, I suppose. Like, the MG's going to have to refocus the cons capping. Or it should refocus the cons capping to keep the cutoff going on the munitions.
The church is just so big that the mortar takes a really long time to clear it out. Uh-oh, cons getting completely trampled, I suppose, by the
trampled is the way to go. Yeah. Not what you see when you're suppressed by HMD is a bunch of Strum Pioneers jumping down on your head. It's not ideal.
First good wipe of the game.
It is. The unit preservation has been on point. Zero, not surprisingly at all, has gone for the T70. Not shocked, especially after not taking the Molotovs. It's like, well, okay, why do you need the early fuel? You're going to go for a T70. Pretty clear.
Mech hasn't been used yet.
No. I'd say once the T70 comes out, it's just going to be the counter Puma from darkcrow. Makes the most sense to me. The Puma's ready to go.
Actually, here's the Panzer II, but that's very late and already has the T70 fielded.
Wow.
So that wouldn't be very effective at all.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get the cancel here. The T70 is going to be revealed going for this munitions point, so this should be a cancel into a Puma if darkcrow's paying attention. He gets the... He's going to get the retreat. There's a low squad on the left-hand side. This T70's on the chase.
Oh, yeah, goes the Puma instead. Nice,
yeah.
I like that. Generally, you'll only see the Panzer II Luke's starting off with a mech.
Wow, this could be a lot of wipes, though. This would be an excellent dive from asoureh if he actually commits to this. This would be awesome if he flanks the Panzer Fusiliers. This is great. So many squads are getting forced off. Maybe he should have gone for that. Would have been a ballsy play, but I think it would have been worth it. The T70, well, micro could get so much damage done. I'm a little bit sad, honestly, that T70 didn't go all in.
Yeah, didn't go for it. There was a road here as well, so he could have avoided the Fusiliers and swooped into the base pretty quickly.
T70 really doesn't get much damage done. Ball spray to the Puma. Here we go. Puma should be on the chase here. It's late. It's a late reaction from darkcrow. Doesn't actually keep going. Could have taken out the T70, but now maybe not. This is another shot.
AT grenades ready to go. They actually wiped the Sturms as they were repairing the mech.
Was that with it? What was that with? The
mortar.
Mortar, right, okay, yeah.
That's pretty brutal too, because he needed to repair this Puma. Now he has to actually get the mechanics upgrade on his mechanized. In the meantime, T7 is being repaired. We'll soon begin putting more pressure on.
Yeah. We get wiped here. Well, someone's going to, so... Yeah.
That mortar could have been so nasty if he hit both of those squads.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be nice to stay in those really close engagements, just like for the extra indirect fire shot, like the extra mortar shot or the extra ISG shot. If it's on auto fire and not barraging, then you don't really need to stay in the engagement. I've done that before, just stayed in stupid engagements, just hoping my mortar will get crazy RNG and just wipe something. Good fun. Still 5 conscripts.
Yeah, he built a new one. Not having any elite infantry on any of these cooldowns, so he couldn't get any guards. And he has the tier 2, so he couldn't get penals. They didn't have much choice other than to rebuild those.
T70 should get Fausted here, and the Puma's ready to go, but it's actually back on the mechanized. It's not going to be able to respond to this in time. Takes a hell of a lot of chain Faust to take out a T70. Good thing. Is it 4 to take out a T70? 4 Fausts? 5 Fausts?
Let me think. So the T70 would have 400 and... No, it has 400 health.
Yeah.
And the Faust does...
80? 80?
Yeah, I didn't even know. I think it's like 100 or 80.
Yeah.
It's probably a decent amount. I mean, look at the health.
Probably
It looks like
80.
5 shots is required.
Yeah, about 5.
So yeah, 5 I would say. I used to know all these stats, all these numbers, but I don't anymore.
In case you were wondering, not an efficient use of munitions.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've really been delving into all the stats. So it's like a language, you know, if you don't practice it, you lose it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you lots of stats about PUBG now, and not so much about Company of Heroes too. But
well, I know all the Ashes stats, obviously, but I'm always changing those. Good flank here on this HMG.
who do you think would win, a Mauler or a King Tiger?
Depends how many quantum upgrades there are.
Ah, that's a good
And
point.
then what veterancy the King Tiger is.
Yeah. How a lot of squads getting paused off. This game has been brutal for these basic infantry. Fighting all the time. Lose our victory points 333 for darkcrow, 457 for asoureh. Very early game unit composition, so not surprising that he has the BP lead.
Tier 4 complete. Wait, there's no Tier 4. Tier 3, sorry. Yeah, Tier 3 completed. No Tier 4, so still has a while until he gets a T-34 or some other kind of medium tank. That's often the problem with going for a Puma, is that once your opponent gets a medium tank, which doesn't take that long after the Puma shows up, it just dies. But I think asoureh hasn't had particularly good field control this game.
No. Definitely decent earlier on, but not so much now. Look at that cutoff on the right hand side has been quite active, and when the cutoff hasn't been taken, the fuel has been, so.
Another mortar and a Zis gun.
Wow. Support weapon heavy. Yeah, I haven't seen this composition in a while. I don't know how this double mortar is going to play out. I mean, maybe the asoureh just wants to focus, get to the middle and the left-hand side of the map. Plenty of units to do so. The mortars are going to help. I mean, double mortar against garrisons, twice as effective. Kind of diminishing returns when it comes to those support weapons. It's like, okay, so you added one more mortar, it's like twice as much damage against garrisons. Like one more on top of that. You're already getting an additional third from your indirect fire. It becomes a bit unnecessary. You don't need to take units out of garrisons that fast. 2 mortars would be nice.
Puma oh no, the Puma jukes out, gets caught by one AT grenade, but the cons actually got tagged by a mine, so the rest of them didn't get within range.
Suppression coming into full effect there. It's a great change. Mine's suppressing and not wiping entire squads, so
Yeah.
I love it.
Puma able to back out regardless of the damage engine.
Nice nade.
Whoa. Oh, demo got a squad wipe.
So I was saying how good mines are, how good demos aren't. So, how bad demos are. Oi, demos.
Yeah, he has a lot of munitions, asoureh, so he could definitely put more demos down. Needs to make sure the sweeper's going around.
Yeah, got to be active, especially after losing the first squad. You're much more hesitant to send solo squads out of the map to look for caps. Move the sweeper with every single one of them.
Oh, tagged a mine.
Tagged a mine.
He seemed he may want to just YOLO this.
Yeah, could do. It's definitely a winnable situation. Doesn't look like he's going to go for it. We can get into the rear armor as well. Looks like he's actually moving the edgies forward to try and bait a shot out from the Puma, which he does. Baits the first shot out.
But Voxy here, he can't fight it with a Faust.
A little unfortunate, but overall very well played.
Oh yeah, he getting cancelled the Faust and threw a nade instead.
Right, okay.
Oh, actually there's this guy moving out, that's why he went in for it.
Probably only needed one T-70, only needed a couple of T-70 tags to get it within this gun death range. So we're going to be upgraded on these conscripts. I mean, don't really need the PTRSs yet. remains an option. I just want upgrades on my cons, man. Is that too much to
Yeah.
ask? Just want upgrades on my cons.
A lot of resources though for asoureh. Should definitely go for a tier 4. Maybe he's waiting for an IS-2. Probably what it is actually. IS-2, T-34s, the IL-2 straight. There's a lot of very good late game stuff on Armored Assault.
Should see the tier 4 going up shortly, I suppose.
Oops.
I'll take that tag. I mean, maybe it's the new strat. It's just like, oh look, my Puma's out of position, and you just trying to braid out AT grenades, and then you just go back and repair, AT grenade, repair, AT grenade, repair.
So yeah, I'll eventually go through your 300 munition stockpile. Just need to throw
10 more.
It's a 12.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, 25, isn't it? So 25 munitions. Not long to go now.
Unless it's plus 10 for the URR as well, then it's only like 9 or something. A little bit down in squads is darkcrow. He only has 1 Fusilier squad, 2 Volks and a Sturm, so he's lost a couple.
A really limited map pressure. The less squads, the less map pressure you have, the more likely are you to get flanked by conscript squads. Surprised this T-70's found so much damage. I suppose that's the other issue with continually getting tagged by AT grenades. This Puma is unable to put pressure on the T-70, and that's an issue. Wow. 3 for 3. Pretty good.
Almost kills it. Yeah, they were stationary, all those shots.
This is such a dangerous dive. There could so be mines there.
Well, he's going for it. Okay, I think he sees the cons there, wants to avoid them. Tries to get some damage on the mortar instead.
Hopefully evac's the same way he came in. That'd be the most intelligent way to play this. Yeah, awesome. Good play. It's always best when you're diving with light to medium tanks or whatever, and then you go out again. Try and follow the same route. You know there are no mines there, so don't run the risk of covering entirely new open ground. You're likely to tag a mine and just lose.
Okay, it is the Armored Assault. IS-2 already almost on the way, and the IL-2 has 2 of those banked up in munitions. So I don't see this game going well for darkcrow.
No.
He will have a Panzer IV soon, but only a Panzer IV against an IS-2. Puma won't be able to help out much. There's no Raketten.
You think he can just save for the KT?
No.
All the way? Or?
Oh, he has
got the
yeah, he
headquarters,
has 3
yeah.
tech buildings. I forgot about that. Maybe.
You hurt my feelings when you said no that loudly.
Well, because it was like, well...
Yeah, you didn't think you had 3 tech buildings. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
it's so rare that you see the 3 tech buildings like early on like that.
So it could be the KT. The Arctica, not so much. Not without any supporting tanks. And with no Rokettans on the field as well for darkcrow. I don't see the Arctica doing any work. So King Tiger maybe.
There it is.
Alright, so 260 VPs. That's what darkcrow has in the bag to stall out for this KT, which is really the only option now that the IS-2's in the field. Even then, double IL-2 available, as the machine pointed out earlier. This T-70 still wreaking havoc. Almost reached the C3.
And the constant shells from the 2 mortars are always a threat to the squads getting wiped, or at least he's taking a lot of damage.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
IS-2 not putting any pressure on just yet. Maybe wanting to sweep the area first with his non-existent sweeper squad. So maybe this is the Soviet way of sweeping mines. You just run conscripts across roads and hey, look, found a mine. Yay. So one less my IS-2 can run over.
I guess it's more pop cap efficient. You don't have to put another squad for the sweeper.
Brutal. But true. 20 pop cap still in the bank for asoureh, so he could actually go for a... And what's T-3476? Are they 16? 16 pop cap?
Aren't they like 9 pop
I
cap?
mean, 84s, 85s, 85s,
Oh,
85s.
I can't remember.
85s. Yeah. 14 maybe? I don't know. Can we hover it? It's in
No, he doesn't have tier 4. Oh, this thing,
yeah, there.
no.
Like, no, you can't. Okay.
Because it's not the call-in, it's like the upgrade.
Yeah. So I think enough for an 85, which would supplement the IS-2 quite nicely. Again, it's about creating pressure on these side VPs. Looking towards those, 225 for darkcrow, 442 for asoureh.
Wait, I just heard a bug.
Soon.
He said a pack gun, and I'm pretty sure it was the Wehrmacht announcer.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't a Raket, and I don't think it was the OKW announcer. That was weird.
Sounds fine now. Achtung.
No, yeah, I mean the announcer.
Yeah. Alright, as
Listen
it was built, so.
Maybe that one's fine. Okay, whatever. I swear I'm not crazy.
Do you promise?
What's in the G Fuel, bro?
Bro, I don't know, something though. You spike mine, I spike yours. That's just how this works.
I Raket blocked by the trees.
Sad.
He's a nade off those. I heard it too. You ain't crazy. Thanks, thanks Burmy.
Damn it, Burmy. Just because you said he cast your games doesn't mean you have to side with the machine. Alright, now I suppose I'll believe you if Burmy says so. This gun should go down here.
I'm just so much more attentive than you are, Blake.
Nice pick by darkcrow. So out of happy to cast ago, Callum. Best be careful. I can burn you hard. Got 200 VPs to talk it out. Doesn't look like asoureh's looking for the triple cap just yet. Very, very safe IS-2 play.
What you heard was radio intercept. Oh, that's why it bugged out. Yeah. Because it was right. The radio, but it still was the wrong thing. Because it wasn't the Soviet one. It was definitely the German announcer. And it was, Well, there you go. Beaming Q from Unstopped. So this IS-2 is taking some damage, and it looks like the stall out for the King Tiger is almost done.
Yeah, it's only cost darkcrow like it'd be about 100 VPs by the time the.
Wow, he actually could lose this here. These Raketans are creeping up.
Ah! No!
He's not moving it. Needs to pull it back. That being said, lots of bounces though. Hard to bounce the IS-2's armor.
I don't want to
Hard to penetrate the armor. Well, I think he's okay now because he's behind his building.
Yeah. That was really sad. I don't know what the play was by asoureh.
The radio intercepts uses the Wehrmacht announcer for both factions. Yeah, okay.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Probably because like it was originally there for like the original, like the Eastern Front, and then like when Western Front armies came out, they're just like let's not get the voice actor to do radio intercept.
Well,
or something.
the voice lines.
I guess the voice lines are already there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a number of just changing the code, which they probably just didn't do. They probably just forgot. I mean, there's been a lot of times when the game's been patched and they'll just forget to change something. Like, you know how the classic one is when you would get the 250 half track and it comes with an LMG Gren squad and it had like a different veterancy thing.
Yeah.
So at one stage, the LMG Gren squad that came with the 250 half track had a different veterancy bonuses and such than a regular Gren squad, despite being a Gren squad. Wow, this Puma's going for the IS-2.
Doing?
Yeah, I don't know why he's facing his ass there to that Puma. He's going to get a lot of damage done with this. Actually, the Raket comes through as well! No! What was that IS-2 doing there? It was fine for him to be repairing where he was, but not with his rear armor exposed there. But a good follow-up there by darkcrow with both the Raket and the Puma does take that IS-2 down. And the King Tiger now has arrived.
Oy. That was a headset throwing moment, sorry, right there. That's just not a good IS-2 play. asoureh's playing so safe with the IS-2 and then just completely throws it away.
If only his IS-2 micro was as good as his T-70 micro.
Now he's going to have to save it for another one. Maybe he was just sad he had 150 fuel in the bank and it's like, I want another one.
Yeah, no fuel caches either, so he has a lot of manpower, but not much fuel. Trying to throw some AT grenades, but he's going to need more than 2.
Yeah. KT's mocking laugh permeates through the battlefield. Nice AT gun grenades, bro.
Look at that. Triple Zis. Zis gun. Triple bounce.
Okay, I'll have 3 of those bad boys, please. I'll have 3 of the number 1. Number 2 with extra AT grenades.
Actually, look at this Vev4 Puma. Wow, I got a lot from that IS-2. Firing range of the Puma. Extra pen somewhere. Weapon potency's damage.
Yeah.
Just extra damage.
No extra pen.
I really should have the improved tooltips on.
Yeah.
The
Oh, they
veteran-
exist. So
Yeah,
you did
you
them?
get like a veteran, the mod that like
Right.
changes the veterancy strings
Yeah.
to what it actually
The
gives you.
enemy is taking what we have secured.
Yeah, that's what you want. But can you will replays work then if you're just running?
Yeah,
it?
I mean you can play multiplayer with it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
This just changes like the text it displays.
Oh, Maxim. Right.
Okay, uses the IL-2.
Might be worth.
He's gonna at least hold the VP or neutralize the VP.
Oh, close. So close to dropping the Panzer Fusilier squad. This mortar shot's gonna hit. This mortar shot's gonna hit. Oi.
Almost got killed.
1 model left on 2 of the squads from darkcrow. Zora's hard committed into these Zis guns. He's not actually gonna have the pop cap for an IS-2.
At the
I guess he will
moment, he
now.
does.
Like,
Twins-
yeah, if he meant if he reinforced,
Yeah.
but yeah, now he could. So
Like leaving at the
Yeah.
mortar at 4 crew is what you want to do in this situation, because then you're effectively still getting the same firepower, just not with as much pop cap being drained up. Just means the squad's a little bit more fragile.
least needed squad for sure. Even leaving a low conscript squad in base is probably a good move. Like, it's only veterancy 2, it's your weakest con squad. Like, probably just don't reinforce it.
Yeah,
That would be fine.
because it also costs manpower, which he needs
Yeah,
to get the
yeah.
IS-2.
So that's probably a mistake, reinforcing that conscript squad. You can just leave the 1 mana there and you lose something. Okay, now I can reinforce it, whatever.
Especially
1 conscript squad, you don't need it.
given that there's such a low squad count here from darkcrow, asoureh just doesn't need to have all of these cons at full health.
It's the Tilta demo. It's the Tilta demo.
Yeah.
The demo exactly
Same
the same
spot.
spot as the last demo, so... Never think I'll go for it a second time. That church is really low. Hopefully the Maxim doesn't get inside it.
Oh yeah.
I hope that asoureh sees that. It's a light breeze from falling down.
Look at the structural integrity of that.
Yeah.
Like the... How is that still up?
I don't understand. And it's all stone as well. What's it being held up with a few charred pieces of... Yeah.
Held up by faith. Christians 1, Atheist 0. Checkmate.
What's the rotation?
Oh.
Right. It's like what would win? Like 1 ton of stone or 1 charred boy?
Supply sector under attack.
Real structural integrity there, man. I suppose it is very, very low. So it's clear from building health. It's not a good way.
Oh, double Zis. Triple Zis! Wow, that King Tiger has to back out of there.
Yeah, KD backs away. Against, 1 Zis, okay, sure. 3 Zis, not so much. darkcrow doesn't really have the manpower, but as, an ISG
Ow.
would be... Ow! Awesome here. An ISG would be on point.
I always get so confused when I see an OKW grenade have a fuse. I'm like, what?
What do you mean?
Fuse?
Dodgeable? Counterplay? Hey, what's going on?
Probably don't want to fight this with the King Tiger unless he just double taps this T70 down.
Yeah. Clearly the plan doesn't actually pan out. And there's the stall from darkcrow on 89 VPs. 2 have actually been captured.
Oh, Boomer.
Still not trading this very well. He needs some veterancy on this KT. This KT needs to be killing infantry. Is it on target vehicles?
Yeah, this is the moment.
Start individually targeting some of these
Oh
squads
no,
then.
get naded here.
Come on.
Oh, damage engine. This guns can move up.
Trying to double this.
IS-2 is almost here. Wow, this King Tiger's gonna get caught. But they're Raketans, they need to be in position.
Yeah, this gun should go on the chase. If you can actually find the right angle, you will be able to hunt the KT down. We don't see Sora going for it. Would you like an IS-2, Callum?
I'd like an IS-2.
Yeah.
Did he reinforce his cons?
Yeah.
Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it, man.
Make it stop. Especially when you're down to, when darkcrow's down to 84 VPs. There's no reason not to go for an IS-2 here.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Maybe he just wants to max out the UI. See how many more squads he can tack on to the end.
In which case, he should be going Ostrupen.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, combat engineers would be the most efficient, wouldn't it? Because they're only
I
they're 4 pop
suppose.
caps, so you get.
Are they only really 4 pop cap?
Aren't they? I thought they were only 4 pop cap.
5.
5 pop cap, right? So you go for 20. So you get 20, and there's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The real questions are getting answered here at the German settlement. So we're at 12 on there. You can go for another 8 and try and max out the UI. That'd be cool.
Okay, here is the IS-2, but the King Tiger's being repaired. The time that it's taken Asoureh to get this King Tiger means that the King Tiger's going to get repaired back to full HP. These mechanics repair very quickly. OKW has very strong repair speed.
63 VPs now for darkcrow. No longer stalled out, 2 capped. T70 caps are awesome, love to see it. T70 micro has been on point. Got a T70 alive at 37 minutes. Your tank micro is on point. There's the ice.
This game could still swing either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the VPs though.
Yeah.
I don't see how darkcrow breaks the VP hold. The KT just hasn't been moving fast enough, doesn't have any veterancy.
I guess with conscripts, it's a bit harder to rely on those wipes because it's not a 5-man rifle squad.
If the KT gets forced off, like, darkcrow just loses heads up. He can't repair through it. He has one chance to get a VP and then he can't lose that VP. And I don't think he has the squad count to hold the VP, so there are so many levels of loss to this game.
It's actually a flamer on the ground. There's no engineers on the field for Asoureh. He cannot repair this IS-2. Yeah, but if the King Tiger takes down the IS-2, then he can probably just play on the VPs.
Then it could work.
But he just can't go in the middle. He shouldn't be trying to go middle here, because this will just end up in the King Tiger taking some damage.
Maybe he's looking for the IS-2, but...
I mean, you make it a cheeky wipe on a clumped up Maxim or resist, but the Maxim actually moved out there, so he got rid of the clumping.
Really nice cisgun angles.
But good timing there, because now it means the bots could actually go for the cap as the Maxim moved away.
Maybe pokes another shot at the Maxim, or... Right, and the IS-2's on the opposite side. This is a really good positioning by Asoureh, because the KT can't chase the IS-2. It's covered by 3 Zis guns. You have to run across the arc of 3 Zis guns just to get to the IS-2. And the cap's actually denied. It's very nicely played by Asoureh. Now just going to take them back again.
Will he go for a flank on the Zis guns?
It's possible.
He's pretty deep in enemy territory. Zis guns are rotating.
Yeah,
You heard it.
preemptive rotate, nice.
Oh, it wasn't a hold fire, so he fires at the Maxim. But he has the Storm Pioneers there anyway, so no big deal. Pair that up. Yeah, it looks like it will just be a VP lead though. A lot of cons moving in. Oh, he's actually taken enough damage there to get the snare.
Yeah, this should just be a chain nade. Asoureh has so many munitions. I actually maybe should save it for an IL-2 here, but he's actually just going to chain nade it and try and close the game out. Just keep
the IL-2 is not very good versus the vehicles, but now the Zis gun's moving in, the IS-2 coming up for the kill. That should be a pretty anticlimactic way of killing this King Tiger.
Yeah, it's going to be all up and over. The IS-2 should be able to take this easily, and yeah, GG.
Oh yeah, that was a shame. I thought darkcrow was going to have more of a shot there, but Asoureh just had too many squads. His con preservation was pretty good. Triple Zis guns.
Yeah,
Hard to use your King Tiger in that situation. I mean, darkcrow's build was kind of weird. Like, the Puma really didn't do anything. The whole mechanized...
I mean, it stopped some of the impact of the T-70. I think the biggest issue was he kept taking AT grenades, so he wasn't stopping the T-70 enough.
Yeah.
But I think it was worth to slow down the T-70. I do think it was worth. It just wasn't microed perfectly.
Whatever. I think, yeah. It's a lot of little reasons that added up as to why asoureh took this win in the end. So, GG, well played. It was nice to see these guys. It went better than I thought it was going to be. Like, the start of the game was pretty rough, but it shaped out to a pretty decent game. So thanks for watching. That'll wrap us up for now.